All right, we back. Hey, friends. Welcome back. For those who have not run across my little channel over here on BookTube, my name is Shay, and this is my channel, A Book Affair. So, I posted my first video last Friday, actually, and so technically this is my second video. The first one was a bit impulsive. It was me doing it scared, so if anyone tuned into that first video, I said I was doing it scared and I was very nervous. I'm still very nervous now. However, I was like, girl, once again, just do it scared. So here I am doing my second video scared. This one is officially my BookTube Newbie Tag, and I'm excited just to do it so you guys can get to know a bit more specifics about me as it pertains to books and reading. All right, so now I will be looking down at my iPad. All right, so for the first question, it says, why did you start this channel? So I decided to start a BookTube channel. I think like most booktubers do, you want to kind of like have a community where you can freely talk about books instead of wearing your close friends and family's ears off about the books you're reading, especially if they're not reading them or at least aren't interested in the same genre of books. And so again, I'm also in a season in my life where I am just trying things new. Not necessarily things are new, things that I've wanted to do. Yes, they are new, but things that I've wanted to do. And once again, I'm doing it scared, right? And so I know a lot of times in life, most of us want to do things, but we constantly wait for the perfect time, and we come up with excuses or reasons why we're not going to do it. And then if we keep postponing it, it never happens, right? All right, question 2. What do you want to bring that is fun and unique? And so I like to think that I'm funny. Actually, those closest to me in life say I'm really funny. Now, I don't try to be funny. I think it's just my personality. And so I think I can truly bring that. And obviously there are other booktubers who are funny as well. I hope that my funniness translate on camera. I've of course never done this outside of my first video, but I'm not exactly sure how my funniness will translate on camera. So perhaps it will, perhaps it won't. But honestly, just myself. My husband was telling me to really just come to you guys and talk about books in a dramatic way that I talk to him about the books. And so I think that was his way of saying like that's what I could bring. Also, I do want to try to steer clear. Of course, that's not going to be 100%, but I want to try to steer clear from the book talk trending books, right? So I briefly mentioned this in my first video as well. A lot of us get caught up in the books that are like currently hot and trending. I want to do my very best, unless I'm just genuinely interested in it, I want to do my very best to solely read and talk about books that I am genuinely interested in. So question 3, why do you love reading? I'm working on not saying y'all. Part of the reason I love reading is just to be able to escape reality, and not escape reality because like my everyday life is like terrible, but I don't see myself as a creative person, and I'm doing this because now my sister is very proud of me to be doing something creative as BookTube. But I've never considered myself like a creative person, and so because of that, I appreciate the stories that authors can come up with. Like their minds go elsewhere and create such beautiful stories, and they're able to share it with us. And so I really love it for that, but also just to kind of just escape, get away, step away from society. Question number 4, what are your favorite books? Ooh, my favorite books. Okay, so I have to mention The Silent Patient by Alex M. I'm going to say Alex M because none of us can pronounce his last name. I will put the book here. That is one of my favorite books, The Silent Patient. It was one of the books, in addition to Geneva Rose's The Perfect Marriage, that really got me back into like my reading in the year of, I think, 2022, honestly. So a bit over 2 years. I also mentioned After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Love it. Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. However, I wanted to mention some other books that I didn't mention in that very first video. Silly me. Y'all. How was I going to forget this book? Let me show you, because the cover, it's gorgeous. It's hardcover. Please don't fall, iPad. Legendborn by Tracy Dion. The third book is coming out, I believe, next year in 2025, but I had to show this one. I know I'm plopping up the other books somewhere in this space, but since it was right here, I had to show it. Question, we are on number 5. When did you start reading? My earliest memory of reading and enjoying it was elementary school. I can't exactly remember the grade, but I want to say 4th or 5th. It's when Harry Potter came out. So the early 2000s, when I believe Harry Potter came out, I was still in elementary. And so, but around that time, I was reading like the Babysitter's Club. I believe it was the Babysitter's Club. It was the Babysitter's Club, and then there was another mystery-ish type books. I'm gonna really have to search and see if I can like find them. But those were books that I really love and enjoy. Moving on to the next question. Your anticipated challenges associated with a YouTube channel. And so I think just knowing that there are so many booktubers who have such huge platforms, I feel like an anticipated challenge is like coming up with stuff, right? Like, and doing it in a different way that captivates newcomers to my channel. Also, I think just time, because technically, even though I do not work full-time anymore, I am just an entrepreneur working for myself. I'm a therapist, so I have, you know, my business. I do some contract work, and so I have time, but I also don't have time. I never wanted to feel like a job, nor do I want to feel like I'm obligated to do it, right? And so I think that will kind of take the fun out of it if it's another thing causing me additional stress. So there's that. I'm gonna really try to keep the rest of these short. 2 more questions. So the next one, where do I read? Honestly, I read anywhere in this house. Currently, right now, I'm sitting in my home office. Literally right here, I have an L-shaped desk, and this is just one of my nicer bookshelves. The bookshelf where I have my fiction books, you guys cannot see it. But I'm typically either, sometimes I may read in my office. I don't read in here as much, but for example, if I'm doing some work, or if I'm like between clients and my like physical book is like right there, I will listen to it. But also, I mentioned in my first video, I'm an audiobook lover. So I will pop on the audiobook wherever I am. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning. If I'm in the shower, I will have my speaker on and the audiobook playing, okay? If I'm driving, especially if I'm driving, I can eat the audiobook up, okay? And so, living room, I try to read in the bedroom, but I feel like if I'm getting in the bed, I'm tired and I won't be reading very long. So pretty much, long answer short, everywhere throughout the house, okay? All right, last question. What are your favorite genres? So a girl loves love, so romance, absolutely. Love a good mystery thriller, not a horror, just a good little kiki mystery thriller. It can be like a little cozy mystery, for example, like the Finlay Donovan, or it can be like The Silent Patient to me, because when I say The Silent Patient had me looking over my shoulders in my own house, there we go. There we go. Also, fantasy. Fantasy has become one that I do enjoy. I haven't gotten too deep. I did recently get Iron Flame and Fourth Wing. I think, well, technically I think it's Fourth Wing and then Iron Flame. Rebecca Yarros. I want to get into that, however, I am intimidated. But with fantasies, audiobook all the way. Not even gonna hold you. Not even gonna try to crack open that page and read because the girl's gonna be asleep. Okay? Anyway, those are my favorite genres. I did a lot. I think we finally made it to the end of this BookTube Newbie Tag. Thank you so much to everyone who joined me again just for a second dose of me and me talking about, you know, our mutual love of books. I hope to see you guys again, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I don't know where I was going with this. I gotta answer this question over for the third time. Let me just do this part over.